To be completely honest, I don't even know if like I'm on the camera or if like the camera can see me. So this is gonna be an interesting video because like I could film all of this and not be in it. Hi guys, so today I wanted to make a little story time type of video because I'm leaving Finland. I'm gonna do my makeup as I go. There's not a lot of stories that I could tell you about Finland because out of all the places I lived in, Finland is by far the most boring place. And everything you could do, you can do in a week. Yeah, like 2 of them don't even happen in Finland. 1 of them is in Tallinn and the most exciting one is in London. So my first story would be when we first moved into Finland. Basically, we were so lost because like Finnish is unlike any other language ever. And like in France, it wasn't so hard because my dad had gone there by himself and my mom went with him before we moved there. But here, we all came together to see the house and the schools and the place. And then we moved. My dad's like job gives us like a bit of money to like live in this apartment complex that's like with like furniture and stuff so that you don't have to like deal with that until like your furniture arrives. I forgot to put sunscreen, whatever. I guess I'll put it here. So we arrived and we were there. We picked out a place that was like really close to the school, but like we didn't know anything. So the only thing we knew how to do was like how to get to school and back. One day we were like really hungry. We had nothing to eat at home. You see, the thing is in Paris, yeah, they're like a European country, and when you're hungry, if it's a Saturday or a Sunday, they might close early or not open at all. It's a European thing. But in Paris, at least you can go out to like the very touristy areas and there'll be something open. In Finland, that's not the case. Of course there's like things open, we just didn't know where to look, and so we didn't like leave the house because the closest pizza place that we could find, because pizza is always a safe option, was a bit far. We didn't want to take that risk, so we didn't do anything and we just stayed at home. 3 years later, we found out that there's like a lot of things you can do walking distance. There's at least 5 restaurants around from where we were. Near my school there's 7, so I mean we could have gone. We didn't look for anything. I mean, I don't know if that's a funny story, it's just a story. Another story, there's literally 2 stories that happened in Finland, and then the rest are just when I was living in Finland and I went to other countries. But anyway, so the second one is basically on the first day of school. It was summer, it was really warm. Asher and I wore shorts to school, and on our very first day we got dress coded for it. But like, I don't get it anyway because the dude that like dress coded us, like he knew, like he met us like 2 days before with our parents, and he knew that we only had summer clothes like with us. We didn't have like longer things because like we told him. So I don't know why he was pretending. I mean, he dress coded me again later that day in front of like some other girls, and I was like over it. Yeah, I have so many school stories actually. High school was a rough time. There were some great teachers. Yeah. Now that I've finished this phase of my life of like schools, the best school I've been in was by far none of them. I would have liked to have a combination in my school in Brazil and my school in Paris because I like my campus in my school in Brazil. Like, it was very nice and stuff, and the cafeteria was classes choices that I had. I would have liked to have the ones in Paris. I also don't know what they offered in my school in Brazil because like I was like a baby and only took kindergarten stuff, so like I don't know what the choices for high school were. It's too warm. The third story, which I feel like I've told already, but I don't know if I've told or I deleted the video, I honestly don't know, is of like my mom and dad's anniversary when we went to Tallinn. I think it was their 23rd or 24th anniversary, wedding anniversary. We went with them to celebrate, and my dad made a reservation in this like really fancy 5-star restaurant. It was all like frou, and you know, like super nice and fancy, and we were like pretending to be fancy and stuff, which I don't get because like my family were like very normal people. Weird people too. It's just that we're crazy. We were, I think, on the 2nd course, and I don't know if, I mean, like when you go to like high-end places, like normally you have like a 5 to 6 course meal. I feel like we were in 2nd course, and my dad was like looking over the boat stuff because like we wanted to know, I think like we wanted to know if we could go out afterwards to like around the city and then like take the boat, or we should just go out like there. I don't know. And he was like, oh my god, the boat leaves, I don't know if it was like in 30 minutes or like in an hour. It was a ridiculously short amount of time. This is like not a new thing. My family has like a habit of just running late for things. like not on purpose. We're the kind of family that gets to the airport 4 hours earlier than the 2-hour thing for like check-in. But I don't know why that something happened, but that day we like noticed, and basically We kind of panicked. Ashley and I just started shoving the food into our mouth. My mom too. My dad called the waiter and was like, can you please apologize to the chef? No, yeah, I'm sorry. We had like an hour left and he was like, can you please apologize to the chef? Because like obviously when you're a chef and you're like cooking really like high-end meals, you don't want to like rush them because there's like a way you want it to like work, and if somebody rushes you with it, then it's like, so like he was like, please apologize to the chef, can he please go faster because we need to leave. Long story short, we just left without having the dessert, but then we rushed out of the hotel because it was like a hotel restaurant. We were the only people. I think we left like an absurd tip. I mean, we just didn't have time to go back, so like we just rushed out and ran all the way to the boat and barely made it. And like that, those kind of things always happen. The fourth and final story doesn't even happen here, but it happened while I was here, like living in Finland. Do you like my new headband? It's not new actually, but like on my first year here in Finland, as a kind of bonding experience with all of like the expatriate kids and new students and all of that, my school used to do these cultural trips, which were a lot of fun, and I'm like super sad that they don't do them anymore because like kids are missing out on like great bonding experiences. This is gonna sound like privileged kids kind of story. We went to London and Astrid went to Greece, which is like so unfair because Greece is like my dream destination. It doesn't really matter anyway because London is like my favorite destination. I love London so much. I want to move there in the future. When I picture like my oldness, I just picture myself in like a house in London. Been there several times. I feel like I know London very well. If you like leave me loose in London, I could like survive pretty well. First day, we get there super late and we're hungry and tired and we have our bag. We get there and we go to our hostel and we leave the stuff, like our bags there, but we don't even have time to change into like more comfortable clothing for walking because immediately we leave and we go to like, we met up with like this tour guide. Oh my god, but okay. What a night. We're there and we get there. Tour guide starts taking us around London, like places that I've had already seen. Some like interesting places that apparently Sherlock Holmes was like, stuff like that. Long story short, we ended up walking in circles around London, right by the outskirts of like city of London. We just got lost. Our tour guide just wouldn't tell us in the first hour, and then when he told my teacher that we were lost, we just carried on walking for an hour. It was horrible. All of us were really tired and hungry, and by the time that we found out that we were lost and we figured it out on our own, the guys just had to carry us. I mean, I think there were like 5 boys and 11 girls, something like that, so we were all fighting for like a piggyback ride. One of my friends just threw a tantrum and like just sat on the floor and was like, I won't stand up, I refuse to stand up, we can't even trust our teachers, like we're lost in London, we're gonna starve. Just being all dramatic, really feeling like the 2-hour jet lag, I guess. She now hates London just because of that day. Like she doesn't like it anymore. We were there. Finally, somehow we ended up in the London Eye. The teacher just wouldn't listen to me in the first hour, and I was like, if you just keep on walking and cross the bridge, we'll be by a like tube station and then we can go back to the hotel. They wouldn't listen to me until like later. The tour guide that got us lost in the first place was like, yeah, let's just cross the bridge and we'll find a tube station. Anyway, we get there, we cross the river, we get to a tube station, but everybody's like really hungry and tired, and we find a store that I forgot, like the generic store that they have everywhere that starts with a T. We find one of those, and it was like really late at night. I think it was like 11, 12, I don't know, and it was like a 24-hour one. All of us went in and bought a whole bunch of crap. That was like the only moment where I felt like all of us really bonded over like a desperate moment, because we all bought like different things. We all sat down on the stairs like that went down to the tube and just started distributing food like to everybody. We were so hungry and tired. We just ate. I think like 30 minutes later, when we kind of had regained energy, we went back to the hotel. My friend was still throwing a tantrum, and yeah, she literally, like, we were going down the stairs and my teacher, who like had taken all of our tickets for like safekeeping, we walked down the stairs and he was like, I think I lost the tickets. My friend just lost it. She like sat on the ground again. Like, it's a nasty ass tube ground in London, and she just sat down. She was like, I'm not getting up, I can't get up. I was like, come on, let's go. Between all this drama, my teacher had finally found the ticket. The next day he just gave it to us so that it would be our fault if we lost it. We made it back. I mean, the only reason we made it back, I feel like she would have stayed there. One of my friends, he gave her a piggyback ride all the way back to the hostel. Yeah, I mean, it was an experience. That was my least favorite experience out of London as a whole. I mean, we stayed there for a week and the whole trip was like an adventure. The second day, I think the three of us, A, C, and me, we were all sharing a room, and all the other girls just went to the other room. Like, we had a massive ass room by ourselves. I think we stayed in the room that was for like 7-8 people, and the other girls stayed in the room that was for like 4 people or something like that. They were sharing beds. I don't know, it was a very small room. Oh, and the girls were given one bathroom with one shower that didn't even have a divide. That was like a bathroom and a shower, so like if you wanted to pee and somebody was showering, you couldn't even use it. But the second day, the three of us got sick, so we stayed in the hotel. I missed what would have been a very, very fun experience because my friends, they went to the Globe Theater and they like performed Hamlet with like the Shakespearean actors. I would have liked to be there, but I was like, we all got food poisoning. Probably because we were sharing food and like all of us had been walking around London and we didn't wash our hands. And we went to watch Billy Elliot. It was like touristy season for like kids. There were a lot of kids just talking. All of us found it super disrespecting. Like there were so many, like all of us were either like arts students, theater students, or film students. And there were like teenagers who were with their phone out and like just literally laughing at times when you just didn't need to laugh, being annoying basically. They were even louder in intermission, but when it finished, I mean, it was a beautiful thing, right? They just decided to be really annoying and hooray, even though they hadn't even watched, and just being like obnoxious basically. It was super annoying. So at the end, almost everybody goes to the bathroom at the very end, right? Because like you're holding your pee and stuff and you don't want to like get up and like tell people to like divert their attention from like the amazing play that's happening like on stage. We all went to the bathroom. I was the last one to go in. I don't know why. I mean, my height, I look like I'm part of a very young teenage group, but I wasn't. I was confused to be part of like some other school group, and basically everybody from my school had gone to the bathroom. They left and I was coming out of the bathroom and I was tackled by some girls and just sprayed deodorant onto, like basically a deodorant bomb. That was very traumatic. Kind of finished really quickly as soon as they noticed that I wasn't part of their friendship group, but like I don't know why it happened to begin with, and they were like super apologetic, but I just hated them anyway because like they were making noise. And I walk out and like all my teachers are waiting for me because I took a while to like stop coughing, to clean my hands, and to kind of rub away like the white patches you get from like spray deodorant. And I walk out and I remember my other teacher who was with us, she like smells like the scent that's like emanating from me, and she's like, what did you do? Why do you smell so strong? I was attacked. The boys were laughing and the girls were like, I can't believe that happened, but I was like, it just was not a fun experience. I mean, the play was awesome. Billy Elliot, you go, empowering young boys to not follow social norms and do what they want. Amazing play, amazing young actors. The only downside is like I feel like you guys should have better bathroom control because like poor girl was attacked for no reason.